Hi, I'm Bruce. If you didn't already know that, you're probably better to spend your time elsewhere, because this channel's really only aimed at keeping friends and family apprised of what I'm up to here in my retirement in Indonesia.
Well, Saturday afternoon. I don't know how hot it is because my weather station won't tell me anything anymore, but given that I worked up a sweat getting my boots on, it's probably fairly warm. Let's see where they're up to. It looks like they're stabilising the ground around here and doing some work on that canal at the back. Still welding going on for the reinforcement at that end. Yes, the walls are still going up. Looks like they are going up to 3 metre level. It's about a metre above the ring beam, which is at 2 metres. See, the water level is fairly high in the well already. Yeah, groundwater is pretty shallow around here. Have a look in the back here. Okay, so we're aligned on the price drying area rather than the back wall. Still got quite a collection of reinforcement cages here. Lots more concrete to be used yet. Some of these will be for stretching across between the house and the veranda posts. So that would be a bit over 2 metres, I guess. And there's shorter 3x2 ones. That's the 1, 2, 3. Might be those 3. Like the 3 central posts there. Still plenty of steel to work with here yet. Okay. This will be the top for the septic tank. Get a concrete lid on it, reinforced concrete lid. Not sure what these are about. Yeah, that'll span the top of the septic tank over there and give it a nice, this will be the tank stand platform. Sorry, steel for the roof frame is turned up. And to my eye, more filters turned up at the front. Weather station's decided to come back online, so that indicates it's not a problem with the ant infestation screwing up the electronics. It's the jackfruit trees becoming impervious to radio waves, and now it's a bit warmer, they've dried out the radio waves. They're finding it easier to get through to the base station. So yes, they have to move that weather station to a different location where it's not obstructed from the base station. Well, it's Sunday afternoon. Didn't quite work up a sweat pulling on the boots today, so it must be a bit cooler than it was yesterday. I saw the feels like temperature had come down from 44 to 42. So yesterday it was probably more like the 44. Let's see where we're up to. I put the wooden formwork on top of the septic tank there, and this guy's just trimming down the standoff so that the reinforcement doesn't sit quite so high above it. I've actually used some of the excess bamboo to put some frames around those trees. I wonder what purpose they serve. One of the potential places to put this house was actually over where those trees are. And Dubai said, no, there's trees there. Went, oh, okay. That didn't seem to slow them down much when they built the rice factory. They took down a number of trees for that, and some of them were quite big. And tell me that rice crop hasn't thickened up a lot since the last time I pointed it out. Things grow fast around here. Just looking at where that water level is, it's pretty much ground level for those plants next door. So yes, we have a very shallow water table. Actually, it's a little bit down on that. Yeah. And we'll climb up that extra bit up there. Okay. Because originally the roof line here was a bit shallower, and then it was going to be kicked up like that. It looks like what he's doing now is we're doing a straight line up to the top from the front. That's cool. There we go, and it looks like they're going to put a vent through the top. I have another count of how many people there are on the payroll. But years ago, like 1994, I was in South Korea for a week on a project, and I was working in a computer room which had the computer I was looking after and the process control computers for the chemical plant. And at one point we had 19 people from 5 different companies working in that computer room to get things done. And my Australian colleague and I sort of looked at one another and said, yep, now we know how they get things done. They threw people at it. It's going to be a long time, we're just going to stand there holding it, Ezra. Wiring it into place. My drawing had a bit of a ramp at this end to get up to floor level. Won't require much of a ramp, fortunately. So I guess drive in through where that sand pile is, across there and into the back door. Not front door, indoor, however you want to describe it. So now it runs from either of the houses. Once it gets here, it's upgraded. We've restocked on chilies.
And onion.
And onions, right.
And tempeh and bamboo. Jackfruit.
Jackfruit? Okay. Yeah, lots of onions, yep. And 1 tomato. So today's Monday afternoon. And the lid's on the septic tank, and I've said before backroom's noisy. So the formwork up the front is continued. It's a bit grandiose. Well, it looks like we're getting a reinforced concrete roof on the well with a manhole in it. So it's interesting. So those north and south walls must be about maximum height now. Move away from the conversing people. I think what's happening here is we're going to get a gutter along the front to carry the water down to the other end of the house. Now it's Tuesday evening. Looks like another coconut palm has been sacrificed to the cause, sadly. I better make these clips short, otherwise we'll get dinged for a copyright violation because of that music in the background. The formwork for the rain gutter has been continued along the front. So I think that's going to find some way of dumping the water over in here. You can see they've started on the framing for the formwork for the underside of the concrete lid. Pigeons appear to be of interest around here. Yeah, so reinforcement cages going up for the top ring beams. So we're getting our cages up top there. You can see through the cages on the other side and the intermediate walls. And the chickens are looking for some fresh concrete to dance in. They like that. So it looks like we've got pretty much all of the cages along the top. There's obviously a bit more to be done here yet. But formwork will be going up shortly, I guess. Likely to be tomorrow. Still have lots of fill in Toronto's front yard. The guy's putting in a post for the weather station on the west side of the water tank here. But the ground level's the groundwater's a bit shallow. So they've got to pour the concrete into the groundwater. Once they've got that established in there and got the thing vertical, they'll fill the thing with concrete, hence the Rio sticking out of the top. So there it is, full of concrete. So tomorrow we might even be able to relocate the weather station to the top of that. Well, it's Wednesday afternoon. They did that weather station pole earlier today. More bricks, didn't quite have enough. And now let's see what we're up to. Well, this bit doesn't seem to have changed much today. But a bit more framing up there to make a good solid beam across from the house to the back wall of the laundry area. And we have scaffolding going in for the beams across from the house to the veranda. So you can see they're going to join in there and go across horizontally by the look of it. Okay. Or nearly horizontally, that looks like it's got a little bit of fall from right to left. And then knocks the top bit off that one. I don't know. Yeah, so we're starting to get the formwork up around the ring beam around the top. So there's quite an extensive forest of bamboo supports here. They appear to have the backside of the formwork for the top ring beam on the back wall of the house. And looking at those gaps through there, I'd say, okay, they've got it surrounded on the outside, but they've yet to do the formwork on the inside. So maybe tomorrow. And they have another formwork for the cross pieces that go across the internal walls. But yeah, it's going to be strong, which is good. Yesterday there was fill there, now there's sand, so I suspect there's a lot more concreting going to happen. It's the middle of the day, Thursday, and my weather station is still offline, so it's not recording all this rain. So my numbers for the year are going to be completely off. Well, what are you going to do? At some stage, scratched off today, that weather station will be moved to where the base station can see it, I hope. But for now, no, zero rainfall according to the gauge. Well, it's Thursday evening and it's been a bit dull today. House off-grid system is fully charged, but that's only via drawing down the shed system, so that's down to about 45% at the end of the day.
So we'll see how we go. But yeah, looks like more form work. Well, let's go closer. Well, I've made some form work there, which is obviously for some fairly wide parts. Yeah, I won't even try and guess what that's for. Oh no, they've gone for a black roof. Why did they go for a black roof? No. They bought black. Okay, so galvanised is more expensive, okay. Try and save money, yeah. Yeah, but this one's going to end up like Dad's roof, rusty. Okay. We'll keep the cost down, okay. Yeah. Well, that's one of these things where we'll be spending more money later to replace it. Let's see what they're up to here. Okay, so they're putting more fill here around this thing. They haven't progressed at all on putting the lid on it. So it's not a lot obvious different to yesterday, really. But well, not from this angle. Okay, we'll start getting the formwork up underneath these buttresses out to the front veranda, and I saw through the vents, you can see that they've got the formwork up on the wall between the lounge room and the kitchen there, and over the side, other side they've got the formwork up, so maybe concrete tomorrow or the next day. So making progress still, even though it has been raining all day. They're leaving their welding clamp and leaving welding components out in the rain is probably not an ideal thing. I'm sure I don't know what these are for. Maybe this is going to be the north edge of a rain gutter. And it's Friday morning, I thought I'd better get a status update before it started raining again. Yeah, the weather station hasn't been moved yet. It rained yesterday, got no record of that, so my rainfall totals for the year to date for the rest of the year will be current reading plus, because there's quite a bit of plus that I haven't recorded. And here comes the noise. And the rain. These guys are still moving his hand. Yeah, so looks like there'll be concrete added in the top rail real soon now. And I've got to go before the rain gets heavier. So here's my rainfall record for the year, and the coloured cells and the ones where the reading is incorrect, because the weather station is only partially online part of the time, or not online at all. So it's bugging up my numbers. But even so, you look at it, we've had 4.471 metres of rain so far this year, even with what's missing. So on that basis we've had at least 4.5 metres in reality, possibly a lot more. Yeah, so hopefully the weather station will get moved real soon now, but not for this week. I need to wrap this up and put together what I've got and do an upload.